the battle for #1, a barn burner in Tempe, Arizona. The national championship lives up to its billing. Also tonight on Nightcast, the Jersey Shore is recovering from a brutal battering as high tides and stormy weather conspire against low-lying areas. And the Mummers are gathering again tonight, waiting for word on whether they can march up Broad Street. Tom LeMaine has the crucial forecast next on Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Congratulations, guys. You did it.
Just when you thought the fun was over, Strawbridge and Clothier brings you a celebration of New Year's savings. Save 25 to 50% on Mrs. Signature Sportswear. Save 30 to 40% on 25,000 cold weather sweaters for men, young men, and boys. Women's cold weather boots are just $25.99, and men can save 25 to 35% on winter outerwear. It's all at Strawbridge and Clothier, where our January savings can start your new year off right.
When I was a kid, I was what some people called a baseball aficionado. Some people, I call it a baseball freak. Played from sun up till dark, played everywhere. Parks, playgrounds, streets. But then playing varsity ball in high school, I started to realize that the more organized and calculating the game got, well, it started to lose what it really meant to me. Fun. That's the thing we've got to remember with kids. First and foremost, baseball, football, any sport. It's got to be fun.
The Mummers Parade has been postponed. See it Saturday, January 3rd at 8 a.m. on Channel 3.
It's Penn State pandemonium tonight in Tempe, Arizona. College football's game of the year is now history, and the Nittany Lions are #1.
Live from Independence Mall and throughout the Delaware Valley, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Nightcast.
And good evening, I'm Jerry Penacoli.
I'm Diane Allen. It lived up to its billing and more. College football's game of the year, a Fiesta Bowl clash between the nation's two top teams. And when the dust finally settled in Sun Devil Stadium tonight, Penn State edged out Miami for the national championship 14-10. Now, this was the play that put State in the lead for good. Shane Conlon with a crucial fourth-quarter interception. And that was one of 5 interceptions thrown by Miami quarterback Vinny Testaverde, the Heisman winner. Yes. And minutes later, DJ Dozier scores what proved to be the winning touchdown. Now, right now, Channel 3 Sports Director Lou Tilley standing by live at the scene of the big game, Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. Hi, Lou. Hi, Jackie.
Wow, what a game. Absolutely incredible.
You know, it had a lot of the great elements, not some of the not-so-great elements with the turnovers, but the end was just spectacular, and the true story was the Penn State defense, first and goal, Miami at the 9, and they come up big again, and Testaverde just falls apart. It's unbelievable.
Last try for Miami down at that end, I thought, oh, geez, they may have it, they may have it. The defense pulled him out again. Well, interception.
You know, Vinny was spectacular in the last drive. He completed a 7-9 to get down there, but then they had to get it in, and that was the key. Paterno challenged him to do it all day, and they couldn't. And Paterno defense, and I got to say, Jackie, character was the difference in this football game.
You know, we were talking about how the fans here for Penn State must have outnumbered Miami at least 8-1. It was definitely a Penn State
a huge victory for the fans, and they're enjoying it still behind us there. If you can just see off to the left behind us, Jackie, they're still going after it pretty good out there.
That's right, and earlier tonight, Channel 3's Walt Hunter was out in the crowd and was able to file this report.
Some of the loudest and most loyal voices cheering for the Penn State team tonight were none other than Delaware Valley residents.
Hey, Philadelphia, go State!
Go State all the way. You bet you.
And these folks from Hatfield even brought along Godzilla, perhaps to scare the opposition.
A lot of people don't know Godzilla was a Penn State grad.
Penn State's band fired up the crowd with a big boost from 2 Delaware Valley musicians.
Guys, it's great. We're going to win. We're number 1. We're going to win. Yeah, we're going to win.
And while the fans put their best faces forward, it was still a nightmare of a crowd to wade through if you were selling soft drinks. Is it very crowded up there?
72,000 people. You ask me if it's crowded? Come on, give me a break.
And for the handful of people who came here and were too lazy to clap, presenting the instant clapper. It's automatic. You don't even have to move your hands. Whether you waved your pom-poms for Penn State or yelled for Miami, no matter how you looked at it, it was quite a game. In Tempe, Arizona, Walt Hunter, Channel 3 Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Well, there's the scene again, Jackie. It's still going on, huh?
That's right. A lot of folks on the field. The security people here had a rough time. The Penn State folks are like antelope jumping that barrier getting onto the field.
That's good. Antelope, yeah, not animals.
We're in that
because
part of the field.
It really wasn't a rally crowd. It was a spirited crowd. And here's the guy that called it right on the money tonight. Tom Brookshire, you said Dozier on the grass, and how will Miami react to pressure?
Well, I think Testaverde proven that he's one of the great quarterbacks that there is. The last drive was about as good a drive as I've ever seen, but the Penn State defense was a lot better than I expected to be. They were really fantastic.
His favorite receiver was Shane Conlon tonight.
Yeah, you know, how about 6 turnovers? And, you know, Miami was the #1 team in the country on that plus turnover minus takeaway thing.
I mentioned it, Tom. You know, you did too. You said that Miami had never been challenged in the pregame show that we did, and sure enough, except for the last drive, they didn't react to pressure. They turned it over 4 of the last 6 times they had the ball.
Yeah, and they do have a lot of quality players, but Highsmith looks like he's going to be a #1 running back, doesn't he, in the NFL?
Man. A couple of Penn State DBs still wearing his bruise on their foreheads.
It's got to be Paterno's greatest win, though. I would bet he will say that.
Greatest moment? Do you think it'd be a factor in any future considerations for his, future? I mean, he's talked about retiring at times the last couple of years.
Yeah, I know. That's a young team. I don't think he can leave that program.
Hey, you know, you talked with the Schaefers at great length, Jackie, and I know for you, you got attached a little bit to that family and the abuse they took in the last year, and this must have been a big win for them.
It was very tough. John Schaefer's mother especially was saying because of what happened last year in the Orange Bowl, John was taking it all very personally, and that for them, that they were trying to protect him from the media, to keep him away from folks, and he's got to be one happy young man
He's
tonight.
still not the smoothest thing I've ever seen. You know, when he rolled out for that touchdown, it's late. He waited for Paterno to say, go ahead and run it in, son.
I know.
Okay.
Absolutely incredible. One other note, this has been the largest spectator-watched event here in Arizona history.
Yeah.
And I know that there are a lot of Penn State fans back in the Delaware Valley who've been watching this game, and I think Channel 3's Jack Jones is with that crowd. Jack?
All right.
Jackie, people in Philadelphia, Penn State alumni, aren't really excited about all this other. Actually, Jackie, it's been New Year's Eve all over again. I'm in a room with about 70 Penn State alums. They have, for one thing, they have painted their fingernails. Penn State, as you can see, they have a huge rear #1 Nittany Lion cake, all done up in the blue and white. And gang, I have a question for you. Was there ever any doubt? So here we are once again, New Year's Eve, a wonderful time, and they're celebrating. What else could I say? Back to you in the studio.
Everybody was celebrating here too, Jack.
That's absolutely
the yells
true.
went up here in the
this place was going crazy,
Yeah.
just like the fan. Well, the weather, switching gears a little bit, the weather, another story that's been on the minds of many people throughout the Delaware Valley. The rain, the sleet, and the snow during the last 24 hours has served as a brutal reminder of just how difficult Mother Nature can be. And this was the scene today in Ocean City, New Jersey. Crashing waves and torrential rains teamed up to make one miserable day along the Jersey coast. Some waves were so high they hit the decks of some beach homes, and that worried residents.
So tell you, the only thing we hope is the wind switches offshore. You know, it'll drive it out, I hope. Anyway, because I got a lot to lose.
About 3 o'clock this morning, it was scary. The winds were just howling.
The boardwalk soaked through and through, and some parts of it torn away. Tonight, high waters are receding, and officials say they are now trying to assess all the damage.
And a little further up the eastern coastline tonight, communities are recovering from that same winter storm. Heavy waves were slushing into summer homes on West Hampton Beach, New York. One home totally destroyed. Several towns around Boston, Massachusetts declared in a state of emergency tonight as high winds and heavy rains washed onto major roadways. Forecasters say the damage caused by the storm was aided by the high tides, and they were heightened by a rare celestial alignment of the Earth, Moon, and Sun. Now, hopefully, the stars will be on the Mummers' side tomorrow so they can strut up Broad Street. This wet weather has waterlogged our area, but it has not put a damper on the pride of the Mummers Parade. Arts and Entertainment editor Judy Barton reports tonight the New Year spirit is soaring again.
The folks at Quaker City String Band Clubhouse were in a partying mood tonight, and a feeling of optimism prevailed that tomorrow they'd finally get to strut their stuff up Broad Street.
If the wind factor dies down by noontime, if that's in the forecast, I think the chances are really excellent that we'll go tomorrow.
On the third floor of the clubhouse, the elaborate suits and hats are ready to go. Each one of the suits cost about $700 to make. The club's theme this year is I Dream of Jeannie, and Quaker City, which took a first place 2 years ago, is primed for another win. But without a parade, there won't be any competition, and the anticipation is harder on some mummers than others.
I got this pain in my neck right here that if it doesn't go tomorrow, I think my head's going to fall off. It's my heart's beating a mile a minute, and it's not going to be going until we pass them judges at 15th Street.
Meanwhile, the judges' stand at 15th Street is quiet tonight. Lights, equipment, and bleachers all remain in a high state of readiness. And a few mummers were at the location for a last-minute review of their routine.
We had our own parade on 2nd Street to try to keep the energy level up, but we'll be ready.
Are you going to be watching the parade?
Yes.
And who are you going to be watching for most especially?
My dad.
Oh, Mary Beth, we hope we'll all be watching, too, and if all goes according to plan, the parade will kick off tomorrow morning officially at 7:45 a.m. in South Philadelphia at Marconi Plaza, and Channel 3 will begin coverage at 8 o'clock, and we'll have complete coverage for you throughout the day until the last mummer has mummed up Broad Street and past that judge's reviewing stand on 5th Street.
We're all keeping our fingers crossed, right? And by the way, Tom Lemaine will be by with the all-important weather forecast for tomorrow a little later on Nightcast. Thanks, Judy.
Thanks, Judy. But we do have more to come on Nightcast. The ruin of the San Juan Hotel, that fire containing many questions tonight.
And there is other sports news tonight. 2 new Sixers join the team effort against Utah. We'll have highlights.
And the president returns to the White House, but controversy and a record budget request are dogging him tonight. Eyewitness News Nightcast will continue.
The John Wanamaker 2-day sale. This Friday and Saturday. Ring in the new year by ringing up savings of 20 to 50% throughout the store. This Friday and Saturday, winter fashions, fabulous accessories, and the best home furnishings will be priced right. So start the new year right at the John Wanamaker 2-day sale. Today, all stores open early till late. Saturday, stores open at 10. It's the John Wanamaker 2-day sale. You've heard string band records before, but none like this one. Ringing in the New Year is the first double album recorded on the Philadelphia Mummers String Band Association label. Order your record or cassette by calling 1-800-351-5858. In Pennsylvania, call 1-800-251-5858. Or send $10.95 plus $3.50 postage and handling to String Bands, 1300 3 Mellon Bank Center, Philadelphia 19102.
Presenting several fascinating home improvement ideas from your Honda dealers. With any one of 7 Honda Civic models, your local Honda dealers can help you make a major home improvement. But hurry, our entire selection is at its best right now. See how easy it is to install a Civic in your driveway. Honda, from your Honda dealers. First in customer satisfaction.
The John Wanamaker 2-day sale. This Friday and Saturday. Ring in the new year by ringing up savings of 20 to 50% throughout the store. This Friday and Saturday, winter fashions, fabulous accessories, and the best home furnishings will be priced right. So start the new year right at the John Wanamaker 2-day sale. Today, all stores open early till late. Saturday, stores open at 10. It's the John Wanamaker 2-day sale.
2 days after a suspicious deadly fire swept through San Juan, Puerto Rico's DuPont Plaza Hotel, the death toll continues to climb. The city held a solemn memorial service today for the more than 100 people already known dead. And nearby, rescue workers were pulling even more bodies from the rubble. Investigators think the fire started in a ballroom where Teamsters employees met Wednesday night after contract talks with the hotel broke down. And a number of tourists in San Juan say they were warned to stay away from the DuPont Plaza because of the bitter labor dispute.
And he said, don't go over to the DuPont. There's going to be a strike and bombing.
He told me that something big was going to happen on New Year's Eve.
Tonight, we have official word from the Pennsylvania governor's office that a Philadelphia woman was killed in the fire. Rosalind Nuttall of the city's Somerset section is reported dead. Her husband Seymour and a neighbor, Anita Brustein, are still missing.
Back home, it was a fire on a much smaller scale, but the misfortune being deeply felt tonight. Dozens of people are homeless after a 3-alarm fire today engulfed the Springton Manor apartments in Upper Darby. Fire officials say that blaze broke out around noon in a basement storage area and quickly spread throughout the 4-story building. 4 residents suffered minor injuries, and the cause is under investigation. Gunfire rang out at a Center City subway station tonight, and when it was over, a SEPTA employee was seriously wounded. Police arrived at 16th and Market around 7, just moments after a man armed with a gun approached a fare booth and demanded cash. Struggle broke out between the suspect and the SEPTA employee. Shots were fired, and that employee was hit twice in the stomach. He's listed in serious condition tonight at Hahnemann Hospital. Police say that the suspect fled with about $50, and he has not been caught.
On Monday, President Reagan will submit a record budget to Congress. The $1 trillion proposal calls for new domestic cuts and a beefed-up military. Earlier today, President and Mrs. Reagan arrived at the White House after spending the holiday on the West Coast. Their dog Rex was glad to have them home. This weekend, Mr. Reagan will be examined before undergoing prostate surgery on Monday.
Sports is next with Yuki Washington.
Lou Tilley has the whole story on the Fiesta Bowl, live from Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. Lou.
There's still more to it, gang. When we come back, you're going to hear from John Schaefer and the rest of the Penn State Nittany Lions. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Just when you thought the fun was over, Strawbridge and Clothier brings you a celebration of savings with its New Year's Babyland sale. Save 25% on infant layette, diaper bags, sheets, crib and receiving blankets from Dundee, and 25% off knit and terry coveralls from Schwab and Trim Fit. Enjoy our special everyday low prices from Carter, Pulsex, and Sterncraft. Come on, babies, you'll remember Strawbridge and Clothier, right? It's where January savings are jumping.
Once upon a time, there was a lovely young princess named Snow White.
Walt Disney's most beloved fairy tale comes to life in an enchanting show for the whole family. Walt Disney's World on Ice, starring Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Join host Mickey Mouse live in person for a timeless tale of friendship, laughter, and magical Disney music. Walt Disney's World on Ice, starring Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
At the Spectrum now through Sunday, January 4th.
No matter where you are, this is it. Absolutely your last chance to be a winner. Toyotathon deals end this weekend.
Never seen anything like it. People still pouring in.
We're dealing right to the wire with immediate delivery of every Toyota in stock. Phones are ringing off the hook. Dealers are staying open late, determined to sell everything by this weekend.
What a finish!
This sales event is almost history. See your Toyota dealer. Toyotathon 87 ends this weekend. You can't afford to miss it.
Please hurry up.
PS Catano jeans are proportionately sized, so short, regular, or long-waisted, you're guaranteed the perfect fit.
Crazy Eddie's going batty during Crazy Eddie's Audio Blowout Blitz. Get anything and everything in audio equipment on sale now. Crazy Eddie, his prices are insane.
No one gave us any preparation.
There's no script.
It was just like being in a real court.
The People's Court. Weeknights at 7 on Channel 3. The Mummers Parade has been postponed. See it Saturday, January 3rd at 8 a.m. on Channel 3.
If you could hear the screams and the yells and, oh my heavens, it was, well, you probably doing the same thing.
I know I
down
was.
to
those last 25 seconds
Something
of the
else.
game.
It was being billed as the good guys against the bad guys, and the good guys in the majority white helmets got the win. Well, the Nittany Lions are the national champions of college football. A tight ball game tonight, plagued by turnovers, was the story. But in the end, PSU overcame it all and got the win. Start the action in the second quarter. Miami came out like they were still wearing those battle fatigues. They went to war. Jerome Carter sacks John Schaefer. Turnover. Miami recovered, and the Canes were fired up early. Miami took over and ended their drive right here. The handoff goes to Melvin Broughton, and Broughton flies over the top for the touch. Miami had the early 7-0 lead. The Lions charged back hard. They put together a 12-play drive, and it was capped right here. John Schaefer with the football. He rolled right. No receiver, so he's going to keep it. He got a good block and just made the corner of the end zone for the touch. Tied at 7 at the half. In the fourth quarter, the Hurricanes were deep in their own territory with a 10-7 lead. Testaverde backed the pass. He needs a big play, but he got it for Penn State. Conlon picked it off.
He had 2 interceptions. He wants the end zone here, but he stopped short. The momentum had switched in favor of the Nittany Lions. The icing on the cake was provided shortly thereafter when DJ Dozier got the call, and Dozier went up the middle behind some great blocks, and it was 14-10 in favor of Penn State. And Coach Joe, well, they were heading for the national title. Miami put together a late-game drive, and Vinny Testaverde was the man in the spotlight. He had 4 interceptions going into the closing seconds. Make it 5. The pass was picked off by Pete Giftopoulos, and that was the ball game. Penn State and head coach Joe Paterno win the national title. They beat Miami. The final score, 14-10 in favor of Penn State. 9 turnovers, 6 by Miami. We hope you enjoyed our local and national Fiesta Bowl coverage. Let's go back to Tempe, where Lou Tilley is standing by. And Lou, as I mentioned, lots of turnovers tonight, but overall I thought both clubs went at each other pretty hard.
That's putting it lightly. Going to be a lot of bumps and bruises tomorrow for both clubs, but Penn State's going to wake up with smiles on their face. You can bet that. And take a look at this scene, Yuki Washington. Joe Paterno nailing down his 2nd national championship in 5 years, being carried off the field by his players. And just listen to the sounds, including Eddie Johnson, local guy from Lindenwold, New Jersey, and John Schaefer, as they reacted to the Fiesta Bowl and the national championship. Listen.
I can't explain how I feel. Praise God, praise God. I'm so happy right now. Green come through? Green come through? How do you feel?
Great. Good shot. Stay right here. Well, look at this now. Back here live, Tom Brookshire, Chris Conlon, Delaware Valley product, offensive tackle. Oh, my goodness, what a game, huh?
It was unbelievable. Our defense played outstanding. When coming into the game, we thought we were going to win, and we did.
Yeah, the big play now, Tom, down on the goal line here. I guess it was, what, 2nd and goal from about the 8-yard line? And they busted off that big right side. What'd you do there?
I down blocked on Cilio, number 93, and kind of drove him into the ground, and Morgan pulled right behind me and kicked out the end, and DJ got in.
And looking at some of the defensive plays right now, Tom.
Dozier really showed me something. I didn't know he had that much lateral movement. He was absolutely great tonight.
Yeah, DJ's quick. Those black shoes do a little bit of.
Were they tougher defensively than maybe you thought they were going to be, Chris?
Looking at film, we knew that they were going to be tough and quick coming up the ball and everything.
What are you thinking right here? Vinny had the last chance to score, and your defense is back there.
I couldn't believe it. They were down here on the 30 or something. He was driving them down. So I was like, oh no, Vinny's going to do it again.
Would you have ever believed you could get 6 takeaways against that offensive there? They didn't believe it either.
I couldn't believe it either. Our defense, like I said, defense is great.
What did Joe say? I mean, you were having some trouble in the first half handling that big guy, Jerome. He's running all over the place, and at halftime he said, we got to do something to handle that guy.
Yeah, well, we kind of came out and single blocked him, but after a while we started double teaming him, and then he didn't get too much into the backfield.
What's going on back in that locker room right now?
It's unbelievable. People are going nuts, taking pictures and everything, but that hasn't sunk in on me yet.
Hey, we appreciate it, though. Thanks for coming out. Enjoy.
Congratulations, Chris. Of course, from the Delaware Valley, and Tommy Brookshire again to recap before the game.
Yes.
You thought they'd have the edge, and they sure did.
I thought both teams would score a little bit more than that, but it really doesn't make any difference. 4 points is 4 points.
Now, what everybody's going to talk about tomorrow, of course, is the interceptions.
You picked Miami.
We're trying to forget about that. Well, we said that, and I said that I thought if Miami scored first, that Penn State would have problems. Well, they did, but they came back and won anyway. And people are going to say, Vinny, did he choke, Tom? I mean, is it that simple?
I don't think so. I think they gave him a lot of different sophisticated defenses. I've never seen linebackers get good drops like Conlon and the guys were doing tonight. They really did. They had great drops, and they gave him a lot of new stuff underneath.
A couple times when he threw it to Conlon out there in the flat, there wasn't even anybody from Miami. Would you think Penn State that well prepared? They were anticipating routes?
Yeah, I think so. And I think Paterno, with the extra week or so, can prepare for a big player like Testaverde, like he's done in the past. He took away Marcus Allen, and he's taken away Herschel Walker, and he took away Testaverde tonight.
Rookie, it was a fun football season for you and I. We started it off, kicked it off in the preseason with the Eagles, and here we wrap it up with a Butte.
I'm wondering if Buddy Ryan might go for Conlon as a linebacker instead of Bosworth.
Well, if there was any doubt that he's a high in the top 5 picks, I think Shane Conlon showed it tonight.
Yeah, I know it.
Rookie, I enjoyed it, all right?
Thank you.
I'm buying the Coronas. I got it wrong. Penn State on top. We'll see you back in Philly. That's the story, live from Tempe, Arizona. Yuki?
All right, Lou, Tom, thanks for all the coverage this week. Hats off to all of you out there behind the scenes as well. And hurry home, you guys, to some real weather. Yes, indeed. The Sixers were away from home tonight. The team was in Salt Lake City playing the Utah Jazz. The Sixers are in their away maroon jerseys. The pass is stolen by Mr. Defense Mo Cheeks. It's a 3-on-2 break going the other way. Cheeks finds Charles Barkley filling in the lane. Matty says that's my number 1 man. 56-55 Sixers. Good defense tonight by the Sixers early. Cliff Robinson stole the pass. He heads up court. It's Robinson going the other way now. Leading the break, Cliff looks and finds Cheeks right back back to Cliff, and he gets the slam. The Sixers were still in front. World Free got some time tonight. World a little tight, maybe some first game jitters. World put up some hard shots tonight. Bricks, as we know them here, but his presence was welcome. The Sixers came out of it, though, with a win. The final 104-99. Detroit by 1 over New Jersey, 129-128. Indiana by 10 over the Clippers. Atlanta over Washington, 118-101. Chicago at Milwaukee, and yes, Michael Jordan was out of control. Jordan had 18 first-half points. He takes the entire Celtic team to the bucket on this play and scores on all of them. Jordan had 34, but one player can't win a game, even if it's Michael Jordan. It takes a team effort, and Boston had it tonight. Larry Bird had the hot hand for the Celtics with 37. Boston over Chicago, 113-99. One other score, Milwaukee 91, Cleveland 84. And once again, congratulations to the Penn State Nittany Lions for winning tonight's national title. Some game.
We have to all get our voices back.
We do. I'm still a little scratchy.
Great game. Thank you.
All right, Yuki, thanks. And coming up on Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Tom LeMain's Mummers Marching Forecast is next.
When it comes to designing a luxury touring sedan, you continually stress precision. You overemphasize ergonomics and select only the finest leathers. The last thing you do is cut corners. You save that for the handling. The Acura Legend from a new division of American Honda.
Exclusively at Redding Acura and Brandywine Acura.
Now through Sunday, January 4th, Sears celebrates their first sale of the new year. Hundreds of items are on sale. Look for Sears' big 4-day coupon sale booklet in the mail or pick up a copy at your nearest Sears store. How about these Sears Extra Savings Specials? A heavy-duty large-capacity 6-cycle washer, sale priced at $299.99. Another great bargain. A large-capacity 2-cycle dryer, normally $269.99, now $219.99. Save $50. Shop Sears' New Year's sale now through Sunday. That's Sears for a new year of savings.
When it comes to consumer problems, we're there for you. Right, Howard Jaffe, Troubleshooter 3, KYWTV, Independent Small East, Philadelphia, 19106.
Everybody's celebrating Levitt's big New Year's weekend sale. That's right, kick off the new year with store-wide savings. Save on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, chairs, bedding. Hundreds of items in Levitt's huge showroom have been reduced for this special sale. So don't miss Levitt's big New Year's weekend sale. Once you see the savings, you'll know why we say,
you'll love it at Levitt's.
Mitsubishi. Dad needed a new car. Mitsubishi Galant, I said. The luxury car for less than Cresta or Maxima. Then I told Mom Mitsubishi Mirage is one of America's best small car buys. Next, I said, before you buy, test drive a Mitsubishi. They'll give you $100. You'll even get the 100 if you buy somebody else's new 87 import. That got 'em.
Hurry, you must test drive and purchase by January 4th. Plus special factory incentives could mean a better deal.
We are ready for the Mummers to come up Broad Street tomorrow morning.
Is the weather ready?
Yeah.
We were all ready before, weren't we?
But we're even readier.
Extra ready.
We're more ready.
That's right. Well, we're going to have a reverse, and I'm not talking about a play in football. You remember on Wednesday, I was forecasting that the weather would get worse late in the day. Tomorrow, it's reversed. The weather will get better late in the day. And we're talking about two different elements this time. Wednesday, we're talking about the rain, and tomorrow, we're talking about the wind. Two elements that play a big part in the Mummers. Tell you how they play that part and what I think will happen coming up. Right now, these flags at Penn's Landing are going to be a little bit more disturbed than they are right now tomorrow. They're going to be flying straight out with the winds coming out of the northwest. Right now, 38 was the high for the day. Current low, 33. 33 at the airport, 35 downtown in Philadelphia, with the relative humidity at 70% and the winds out of the west at 15. Here's how the temperatures look right now. That barometer is 29.72. We got to get up to about 30.20 before the winds die down. 29.72 is still low, the remnants of the storm that went through here yesterday. Poconos check in at 24, the shore 38 degrees in Millville, 35 in Cherry Hill, and 33 in Willow Grove. We have some clearing just to the south of us, and as a matter of fact, South Jersey has broken out under the overcast. However, the winds are keeping the temperatures from falling lower than they should tonight. and that's because of the atmospheric mixing keeps temperatures kind of even all through the atmosphere. This cloudiness here is a result of a trough of low pressure that may set off a brief snow shower tonight. Don't think that'll happen anymore. The flooding, of course, is over, just about what we expected. We had tides running 6 to 7 feet. They could have run anywhere from 8 to 9 feet along the shore, and 2 feet difference would have made a lot of difference in the flooding today. It was bad enough, but it could have been a lot worse. Storm system drought here. It may move into our area as early as Sunday night, but I don't think any earlier than that. In the meantime, some clouds will give way tomorrow, and we'll have a sunny day. The rain is forecast to move out of the Texas Panhandle, maybe into the Midwest, and take a track this way and go offshore Sunday night, maybe moving up late in the night, Sunday night into Monday morning. These are snow showers in western Pennsylvania, and of course, over my shoulder in the northwest, it is still raining. Tomorrow, the high pressure that's moving up from the south will take over, clearing the skies. However, as the remnants of the low still continue to retreat, there'll be a pressure gradient. In other words, that'll keep the winds out of the northwest at a pretty good clip tomorrow, maybe gusting as high as 30 miles an hour, but diminishing as the sun goes down. I don't know whether the winds will diminish soon enough for the mummers. Only they can call that shot. I'll just tell you what's happening. Temperatures tomorrow will be in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees by late in the afternoon, depending on the amount of sunshine. And I think we'll get at least 50% sunshine. Cloudy, breezy, and cold tonight. Cold only because the winds will make it feel like about 10 above zero, as the actual temperature will be about 25 to 30 above zero on those westerly winds. I say breezy tonight. Tomorrow, the breeze becomes a wind. Developing sunshine, but gusty winds tomorrow. Those winds will diminish just about the same time the precipitation came in on New Year's Day. You remember that? Okay, give you a gauge on that. Northwest winds tomorrow, 15 to 25, gusting higher until late in the day. Temperatures tomorrow, 35 to 40 degrees. 5-day forecast, the mixture of clouds, a little bit of sun, and the wind, and a high of 38. Sunday's going to be a nice day. Are you listening? Sunday's going to be a nice day. Shh. Cloudy on Monday, and maybe overnight Sunday and the Monday, a little bit of light precipitation, but that's it. Sunshine for Tuesday, and a mixture of clouds and sun on Wednesday. But for the day the parade should go, developing sunshine, but gusty winds diminishing tomorrow. Stay tuned, America, and have a nice Mother's Day parade, whenever it is.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Thanks, Tom. Finally tonight, the Fiesta Bowl inspired a week of intensity in Tempe, Arizona, and we have brought it to you on Eyewitness News with special reports throughout the week. And now, with Penn State proving it is the #1 team in the country, a final look at Fiesta festivities from touchdown to touchdown.
Penn State, #1.
Yeah. That's this edition of Eyewitness News Nightcast. I'm Diane Allen.
And I'm Jerry Penacoli. Join us tomorrow for the Mummers Parade coverage starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, right here on Channel 3.
We sure hope so. Now for Tom, Yuki, Lou, who's at the Fiesta Bowl, the entire Eyewitness News team, have a good night and a great tomorrow.
Good night now. Sleep well. Because of the Fiesta Bowl, we join Johnny Carson in progress right now.